So welcome to Tactics and Touchlines. Today we are looking at the European Conference League. This is one trophy that was introduced that was 3 years ago for some of the clubs who are playing, like they get the fifth spot, sixth spot, and even fourth spot in their respective leagues. And only once by an English club, that was West Ham. Today we have a Conference League final between Chelsea and Real Betis from Spain. So if Chelsea are to win now, England will get 2 trophies within this Conference League seasons. And I'll start from Raf. Looking at this trophy, is it a trophy that is good, especially for European football, or you think as time goes on, it needs to be put aside and there should be concentration on the Europa and also the Champions League?
Oh, it is good for the game. I mean, there are teams that are playing the UEFA Champions League already and the Europa League. Now, the other clubs too feel like they've been neglected, even though they do their best. They feel like they are not getting enough publicity from UEFA and the other football governing bodies. So it has been introduced to help the other teams to also play in some European competitions. I mean, these clubs, that's why I said earlier that the biggest club competition is the Champions League, and basically is played between European teams. So they getting the nod and also playing in that competition also gives them that feel. Who knows? They might be able to qualify for the Champions League and then play in it proper. It is like a stepping stone. It's like a preparatory ground for the teams who are ready to play in the UCL proper. So maybe we can have a West Ham winning this season, and maybe the next season they might be able to qualify for the Champions League, which they won't be too nervous playing because they have that European experience. So I feel it is good. We shouldn't be sidelined. We continue playing the Europa Conference League. Yeah.
Okay, so Sam, let me find out from you. Last season, Man United were the club supposed to play in the Conference League, and after winning the FA Cup, they had the nod ahead of Chelsea, and Chelsea had to play in the Conference League. Looking at your season so far, do you think the Conference League would have been a good position for Man United, especially Ruben Amorim? And also, let's look at it from this aspect. If Chelsea are to win against Real Betis, do you think it gives these English clubs that dominance in the European competition because they've been doing so well in Europe, that is this season?
Yeah, okay. I think EPL in general is living up to its name of being the most competitive and interesting league in Europe. I think for the Conference League, it adds some spice to the whole general European competition. And I think on Thursday night we all have variety of games to enjoy. I wouldn't really really want to see Man U playing in the Conference League for several reasons. I think for me, I would really prefer us to start. I think we really needed to rebuild, and I think the whole traveling thing that comes with the Conference League is quite stressful, and I think Chelsea have really handled it very well to this point, because traveling and still competing in the tough for the tough sport in the leagues is not that easy. And these clubs, some are even in those. I remember when the whole Conference League started, we were making jokes about some of the teams that we were going to face. Some had names that, or some even didn't have seats for even fans to. So that the whole stress that comes with it, and for my playing, I think it will be stressful. So for me personally, no. Even though it's also a trophy, no, I think it's for where we are now. I would really like us to concentrate more on the rebuild than to have that extra distraction. Also, if Chelsea win this league, I was even though I wouldn't be really happy if Arsenal had won the Champions League, but to have a 3 English team sweep the whole European trophies would have been a good thing for us to brag about. But still, too, I think the EPL team did very very well in the Champions League, and for us dominating this season just shows how good the league is and how competitive the league is. I'm not sure you will see Barcelona at let's go 15th in any day of the La Liga season, or even PSG or those things. So this shows how each and every season. Yeah, so this shows how each and every season, even in our championship, I saw two teams having 100 points now in first and second place. So this shows the competitive nature of the EPL, and I'm glad we are having such an amazing season.
Okay, so let me find out from Prince. Let's look at this competition from the start to the final. Chelsea, I would say, have had an easy route to the final. They avoided big clubs, and even Real Betis had to play Fiorentina in the semi-final. Do you think if Chelsea had to win this season, a coach like Enzo Maresca coming from the championship, joining a big club like Chelsea and getting into a competition like this, do you think it's good for his career, and also good coming into next season if he's to qualify for the Champions League and also going into the Premier League? How do you see this competition adding to his career, boosting his confidence going forward?
I think it will be good for him. Aside boosting his confidence, at least it gives him a high lift on his CV. I think he won the championship with Leicester City, and coming to Chelsea and winning the Conference League, I think it helps his CV as well. It helps his confidence going forward, and with the structure and the team that he has, if he's to set it up very well. Unfortunately, I don't know. Okay, I think Jackson is eligible to play for the final. Okay. So I was thinking of the red card, but since it's not in the Conference League, he's eligible to play. So I think it's going to help him. It's really going to help him. It's going to shape the psyche of some of the new players that are coming in, especially the young ones, the Tariq George and the other guys who gave it all in the group stages and the quarterfinals until they start introducing some of the players who play in the Premier League when the journey was getting closer. So some of these young players, I think it will boost their confidence to have the trophy, give them that. At least it gives them that mentality that, yeah, we can do it. So going into the league next season, it gives them some high momentum and some enthusiasm that they can. So I believe it's going to help the coach and also the players as well.
But wait,
Okay,
I'm coming, please. Benedict,
yes,
let you also have to answer this question, because you are a Chelsea. so answer this question, because this Conference League is not about any of us.
It's about you.
When yes,
yeah,
when
so to me,
oh,
I think the Conference League is something. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
Let me ask the question. When it's two questions. When Maresca came in, I said I like how he has been able to rebuild a team. I think at a point in time he slept somewhere. But if Maresca is able to win this trophy, the first question is, has he been better than Arteta this season if he wins a trophy? Yes.
Okay, so if Maresca is to win an European trophy, I think yes. On books, on paper, he has been a bit better than Arteta. Why I'm saying that is Arteta is in his fifth phase in Arsenal, where Maresca is handling just his first phase in Chelsea. And we know Chelsea comes with a lot of instability with these players coming in, some going on loan, some not even knowing if next season they'll be part of the club. But I think Maresca coming to Chelsea, they've been two sides. With me as a Chelsea fan, I was very happy because I watched some of his games at Leicester and I felt he's the right man. But he got the team right, but got some time. There were a lot of issues, especially trying to blend the squad. When he started with the team A, team B, it worked so well. But I always told people that it would get some time, the team A, team B wouldn't work, and we are seeing it. If he is to win the trophy, yes, for him as a coach, is a good thing on the CV. And Chelsea also needs this competition to set a new record, being the only European club to win all three European trophies available. So as a Chelsea fan, I would say yes, winning the trophy would be good. And on your question on he having a successful season than Arteta, yes, I think on paper I would say yes, he's having a successful season compared to the likes of Mikel Arteta.
Okay. Next question. Now, Chelsea is a very big team. So Prince made this point that it will psych the players up if they win the trophy. It's even though it's a trophy, it's not that big of a trophy. Will it still psych these players up, or it's just there that Chelsea is still a big team and they have to go in for top trophy? Because as of now, they playing in the top 5 is still shaky. Will you be okay if they play in the Europa, or you wish for more than Europa?
Okay, so I think if we are to look at the Chelsea squad, it's only Reece James and Chalobah, the only players who have tasted European trophies or tasted any kind of trophies in this setup. So there are a whole new crop of players who have not had a chance to win a trophy. The Caicedos, the Enzo Fernandez, they've been doing well, but you can't end a season without a trophy, especially when you are playing in the Conference League. So as a Chelsea fan, I think, yes, it's a good morale for these players. The Terry George, the champions, the entries who have been getting a chance to play in this competition, they need this trophy, this medal, to at least make them feel that next season, if they are to get into the Champions League or the Europa League or any other competition, they will feel that confidence that we've won a trophy. And Todd Bowley and his entourage with the sporting directors need this trophy too, because they need to make people feel like the project they've been doing for the past 2.5 years, it came with an European trophy, even though, in quotes, let's say it's the less European trophy, but at least it's a point for them to ride on, especially next season, to get crucial players into the setup. And I think Chelsea needs to win this trophy at all costs, and they need to put in their best players to win this trophy. It goes for Maresca, it goes for the players, it goes for the Chelsea fans to be able to banter the likes of Arsenal and Man United. And also it goes for the sporting directors and also Todd Bowley and the rest to also make a stamp that, yes, we've come in 2 seasons, we've won a trophy, which maybe in Roman Abramovich's era, it took him a longer time. That is almost 7 years before he won an European trophy.
All right, done.
Okay. So, Ralph, I want to find out from you, from this aspect, let's look at the tactical aspect of the game. Pellegrini and Maresca, they worked together at West Ham. Maresca was Pellegrini's assistant coach before Maresca had to join Pep Guardiola. And Maresca also was a Sevilla player who Real Betis fans hated most. He scored 1 goal against Real Betis that cost them a Champions League qualification. Going into this game, he has said that he knows the fans wouldn't like him, the Real Betis fans wouldn't like him. Let's look at the tactical aspect. Which of these 2 teams are coming into the game more stronger? And what does Maresca needs to do to be able to win a first major trophy for Todd Bowley's era?
Wow. Okay. So Real Betis this season, they're on fire this season, especially when it comes to the European games. There are some English guys in there who played in the English league. Pablo Fornals, who was formerly of West Ham, and our own Anthony. Anthony has also given them a different dimension. Not forgetting, yes, sometimes you do the banter, but we knew Anthony from Ajax, fine player by all standards. But as he came to Man United, things were not going too right. We were criticizing him here and there. Now with Chelsea, Maresca should just go out there and make history for himself. He started very well, but unfortunately, his season dropped a little bit. But this is a time for him to win something with the club. His backline, sometimes his rotational policies doesn't work. But I don't know if Reece James will be very fit for that game, because they are playing in Europa Champions League finals and Cup finals, and they have that big game temperament. So I hope Reece James and the big boys will show up on the day. Real Betis, the Spanish teams mostly know how to play Cup finals. If you check Sevilla in the Europa League and winning it back to back 3 times, if I'm correct, the Spanish teams know how to play in Cup finals. They know how, they really know, especially against the English teams. They beat Liverpool and almost other teams too. So it will be a good game, but to win, so that it will be to give our league that kind of hype. And then not about Arsenal, not about Arsenal. I believe Arsenal will be better. Oh, but Sam, if Arsenal was playing this Europa, they would have won the Europa League. If Arsenal was playing the conference, they would have won the conference league.
If Man U was playing the Champions League, we would have won it. If we are using if now in this sentence, then we always use if. You can't use if in any sentence now.
Okay, Sam, let's look at with the European Conference League coming up. What do you think the scoreline would be, and which team do you think would pick up this trophy? And also, as a Man United fan, would you be happy for Anthony to get a good game in this European final?
No, I've been a fan of Anthony ever since he came to United. I feel like the pressure was just too much for him, and he needed time to adjust. Looking at how he's playing at Betis now, I've watched some of their games just to see how he is playing. It should be a tough game, let's be honest, because Betis have some players in there with the likes of Isco, Anthony, and some names that Ralph mentioned that have played in the EPL before. It's not going to be an easy game, but with the fast pace of these young guys in the Chelsea team, it will be an interesting match to watch. I'm hoping to for now, since it's no any banter, I'm hoping for an EPL win also. So I'll go for a 2-1 win for Chelsea. For Chelsea, so they can dominate London. Arsenal are making too much noise.
Coming from a London club, looking at Chelsea against Real Betis, what do you think Pellegrini needs to do to be able to win that title for Real Betis? Because if Real Betis are to win this Europa Conference League, meaning it gets them the Europa spot next season. So what does Pellegrini need to do to beat this Chelsea center? And also, who do you think will win the trophy, and what will be the scoreline?
I think knowing how the Spanish teams play very well when it gets into the final, you would want to vouch for them, especially when it has to do with Europa and this a conference league. So because they I don't know how they do it, but when it comes to these European trophies, I think they played the final better than any other country in there. So I think Real Betis will have a better chance against Chelsea.
Okay, so you are tipping Real Betis to win the Europa Conference League.
You're going round. Just say it like that.
Is it based on banter level, or you think on paper Real Betis are a better team?
I don't see the situation where Chelsea will come up and be like, they've won conference, they won Europa, they won Champions. So team total, let them just keep what they have. Lose this one to Betis, then let's have our peace of mind.
Okay. So we are all hoping for a good final between Chelsea. Yeah, the scoreline.
Yeah, the scoreline will be a 4-1.
Sure. You couldn't predict your own. You're predicting for which.
Okay, so we are hoping for a good Conference League final between Chelsea and Real Betis. And after the Conference League final, we'll be able to come on and also analyze it and have a good discussion on what happened in all three European finals and what we think went wrong too. So thank you all for joining us on Tactics and Touchline.